everyone. सबसे पहले आप सबको like a big round of applause for you guys for being here from 9 a.m. to like now it's almost 5 p.m. So सब अपने लिए तालियां बजा लें because you guys deserve it. And this is you investing in yourself. So big round of applause for that. Okay. So हमारा सवाल जो है the insider's guide to invest intelligently. This is something एक ख्याल एक सवाल हमारे माइंड में आता है कि काश हमारे दादा परदादा ने वो ज़मीन खरीद ली होती तो आज हम बिलियनर्स होते और हमें इन सेशंस को सीख के हमें ये सारी चीज़ें करनी ना पड़ती बिकॉज वी विल ऑलरेडी हैव मिलियंस ऑफ रुपीज़ और डॉलर्स इन आवर अकाउंट्स. तो ये सवाल हम सब के माइंड में ज़रूर आता है एंड दिस इज़ वाई वी हैव द एक्सपर्ट्स विद अस और हम उनसे डिस्कस करेंगे. सो फर्स्ट ऑफ वी हैव सर एहसन गिलानी. He has tons of experience, 18 years of experience with in corporate and investment banking, and with strong banks such as Union Bank, Standard Chartered, Askari Bank. So I would like to ask you about yourself and your journey and how you got into the field of corporate banking.
Thank you for inviting me, and it's a pleasure to be here with all young minds and experiences which we shared this afternoon versus out here. Very knowledgeable and very informative sessions. Now to your question, is that I have been working in banking for almost 21 years now, and my journey has been very interesting because I came back after finishing my studies from abroad. I started working in the development sector. My first assignment was to create an SME bank for Pakistan, which is a small and medium enterprises bank focused towards SME lending and minimum-based lending, which was created by merging two defunct banks of Pakistan, the RDFC and the SPFC, which is Regional Development Finance Corporation and Small Business Finance Corporation, which were both a failure. So we had merged those banks with the funding of ADB and created SME Bank, which was a moderate success. And then from there onward, I moved to Asian Development Bank, where I worked in public-private partnership, and then in corporate banking. Corporate banking has been my forte for last 15 years now. I work in Union Bank and Standard Chartered. In corporate investment banking, we usually work with the multinationals, the local corporates of Pakistan, and the multinationals who are present in Pakistan on big ticket transactions. Corporate banking basically has two different areas in which we concentrate. One is the working capital lines and the long-term loans and the short-term loans for the corporates. And then we have investment banking, which is capital markets and syndication. Syndication is basically if you have a project which needs a lot of money, which one bank cannot handle, so we bring in a group of banks to come together and lend to that specific project. So Union Bank was my start, and then I moved to Standard Chartered, and then to Askari, and then I've been working in Dubai for a little while. So my journey has been very interesting in creating corporates, in helping businesses, and building up small businesses to large businesses. Also, I have worked very closely with microfinance, which is basically anybody who has a concept and idea and wants to be an entrepreneur. So what we do is that we lend you money, coach you to become an entrepreneur, and move from microfinance to a small medium, and then to a multinational where the sky is your limit. So from there onwards, I diversified my experience and I moved to the energy sector, where I have worked very closely in renewable energy, which is wind power, solar power, and hydropower. And now I work with United Nations in UNIDO. And basically what I do is I capacity build the financial markets and financial institutions by creating different digital, non-digital, and platforms for lending and investments. This is having my journey all through.
So that's pretty interesting. You started off with small and medium enterprises, then corporate banking, then now you are working at UNIDO, and you're giving investment opportunities for startups to scale and get out of like micro financing to scaling up. So that's very interesting. Thank you, Eslin. Next up we have Laik Ahmed. Laik is based in Pakistan, is currently the CEO of Sarmaya Financials, and he's bringing from his previous roles, जैसे कि इन्होंने काम किया ABC, data, organization के साथ think big, and now he's bringing those data analytics into the Samaya Financial. So over to you. We would like a brief introduction of what you do and like how you got into this journey.
Assalamualaikum. Actually, I started my own startup after 15 years of professional IT experience. So ABC Data is my startup, which was primarily focused on the services side. So जब IT पे हम काम कर रहे थे, so my own personal investment for I was basically losing a lot of money in the capital market. So again, I thought that the reason why I'm basically losing the money is because maybe it's a manipulative market. You're not able to make money in this market. But later, I tried to invest in a physical business, and the physical business, if I was losing 20% in the capital markets, I lost all the money in the physical business. Since I was also doing my own startup, which is ABC Data, so I thought that I need to get an education how I need to run my own startup. So the financials are very important to understand how you need to manage your own cash flows, what is the income statement, what is the balance sheet. So the main primary drive was to understand the financials and then try to run my own startup. But later when I started learning those key things, I later found that I don't have that particular knowledge when I was investing in the capital market. That was I was losing the money. And then I started building on the stuff which I was learning in a platform which is Samaya.pk. In Samaya.pk right now, all the financials related to any company for last 20 years are now public as well. When I was working on this particular problem, I was very disappointed to see the statistics of Pakistan in a country which is 6th largest population in the world. Only less than 50-60,000 people who are actively investing in the stock market, and total 300k people are investing either in stock market or have invested in the mutual fund. So which is like 0.019% of the total population. So the main idea at that particular time was, since people might not have any specific platform where all these financial things are on a single platform, that was the main motivation behind it. But I was like more disappointed, even the free information which is available, still available for free, is not able to convince people. Then we started in the education side, like we have like specific tool trainings on the platform. Those training I've seen people, their journey in the financial industry or the experience in the capital markets have changed as well. Now we have our own YouTube channel as well, one of the podcasts. We've tried to schedule spaces while the country was on the brink of default last year. And we were on the side that you need to invest in the countries because the companies are doing good and they are at a very cheap level. So those things I think is now are some of the things which I believe is changing the mindset of the people that they need to invest in the capital market.
Interesting. So startup hustle is something जो थोड़ा बंदे को हिला के रख देती है, but we do have like people like you. I myself work in a startup, Metric, which is a B2B SaaS product, automating finances and providing financial analytics to small and medium businesses. And we do that by collecting their scattered data, turning it into actionable insights. And I totally understand that people don't have that sort of education, and we need to educate them to tell them this is a problem that you have that you don't understand, and we also provide you with the solution. So with that, we have another startup person here, Umair Shehzad, who is the general manager at Dil Ka Rishta, which is Pakistan's largest matrimonial app, and he is specialized in product and growth with a focus on startups. He is also part of the Metric networking community group, and you are very active there, and your LinkedIn posts are very engaging, sharing your startup journey. So tell us about yourself and how you got into Dil Ka Rishta app and what was your journey like.
Thank you so much. Very kind of you. My career sort of started off in 2017. I did not end up in startups very early in the career. I worked for about a couple of years in corporates. I initially started off with working in textile sector, mostly in business roles. Moved into oil marketing. This is back when Careem and Uber were the only startups in Pakistan. And मुझे खुद भी इंटरेस्ट था startups क्या होते हैं, किस तरह करते हैं. I went to Dubai for a short stint. वहाँ पर देखा कि टेक स्टार्टअप वीकेंड हो रहे हैं, स्टार्टअप पिच कॉम्पिटिशन हो रहे हैं, VCs हैं, what is this all about, right? And then came back to Pakistan, didn't see a lot of that happening in Pakistan, right? So Kili was the only starter, applied there, couldn't make it through. ऑफिस एक दफ़ा विजिट किया, स्टार्टअप्स के बारे में थोड़ा सा आइडिया हुआ, अच्छा फास्ट मूविंग होते हैं, एजाइल होते हैं, रिसोर्सेज कैन क्विकली गेट होल्ड ऑफ अ लॉट ऑफ वर्क दैट दे कैन डू। तो ये नॉलेज आहिस्ता आहिस्ता बिल्ड हो रही थी कि अच्छा स्टार्टअप कुछ एग्जिस्ट करता है जहाँ पे यंग एंटरप्रेन्योर्स या यंग प्रोफेशनल्स कैन सॉर्ट ऑफ ट्राई एंड वर्क ऑन न्यू आइडियाज। Fast forward, I wasn't able to land an opportunity. Pakistan in startups बहुत कम थे, this is back in 2018, 2019. I pitched to NIC कि मुझे कुछ startups का exposure हुआ है, why don't I sort of join you guys? I started working part time with them, a couple of startups alongside with my corporate career. Did that for about 8 odd months, and that's when I landed an opportunity at Pudi Ventures, where I'm currently working now also. It's been 4 years now, really exciting journey. I joined them as one of the founding members. We were a team of 4 when I joined them. We are a team of 200 odd individuals now. We have launched 3 products. So my core expertise moved from just working on a product now to more of growth, leadership roles. So this is what I do, and I love working at startups, and really excited to discuss more on this.
Awesome, awesome. So for everybody, the panel that we have here, उसमें बड़े इंटरेस्टिंग किस्म के लोग हैं। हम इन्वेस्टमेंट की बात कर रहे हैं, और इन्वेस्टमेंट प्राइमरली हम एकदम से अमीर कैसे हो सकते हैं जब हम कोई प्रॉब्लम सॉल्व नहीं कर रहे, कोई मसला सॉल्व नहीं कर रहे। सो दिस इज़ फॉर यू गाइज टू अंडरस्टैंड व्हाट इज़ द स्टार्टअप वर्ल्ड, व्हाट आर दीज पीपल डूइंग, व्हाई आर दे ट्राइंग सो हार्ड टू बिल्ड समथिंग, व्हाई आर दे ट्राइंग टू सॉल्व अ प्रॉब्लम, एंड देन देयर आर पीपल हु आर रेडी टू इन्वेस्ट इन योर आइडिया। इज़न्ट दैट क्रेजी कि कोई अपने पैसे आपको देगा just so that you can grow. So that's very interesting take in the startup culture. Next up we have Farooq Mazhar, and we do have a lot of Zindagi JS people here. So introducing Farooq Mazhar, he's a digital product manager specializing in stocks at Zindagi JS, with over 7 years of experience in managing complex technology projects across different fintech and e-commerce platforms. We would love to know about yourself and then how you came into this journey of building fintech products and specifically Zindagi JS.
Yeah. So hi everyone. Thank you so much. It's been a roller coaster of a ride for me as on a professional level, right? So it didn't start off with fintech and financial technologies from the offset. If you see the sort of trajectory that I followed, it started off with FMCGs and then went into digital product building, and then it started off with lifestyle apps like My Telenor apps, and then moved towards Daraz and video on demand services, and very recently, like three years back, I moved into the fintech space, which is a very interesting space nonetheless. But my core area that if I were to put it at heart is data and data analytics. I've studied that in my educational background as well. So what I look at is in terms of whatever's happening in the world has to be somehow equated with numbers, and numbers define the way that we're moving forward. Everybody has a different perspective of what they feel is the right investment, where they would want to go, right? But at the end of the day, whatever you equate, for me it's always going to be mathematical and data driven sort of approach. That's what we utilize today, and so the esteemed panel here has way more experience combined than I have, and they're leveraging the same sort of core competencies that we built in since ages, and they're now leveraging that to create value system for the consumers, and that's what the goal is. And when you talk about investments, this is what we keep on telling. So prior to this, as Talal had mentioned, that अगर हमें ये पता होता कि अगले 2 सालों बाद क्या होना है, और हमारे वालिदैन ने हमें कुछ थोड़ी बहुत फाइनेंशियल इंफॉर्मेशन पास की होती उस तरह की, so wouldn't have been, मुझे कोई 10 साल नहीं लगाने चाहिए थे कि to make like money up and invest smart and make a lot of money. 2021 में अगर आपने कहीं पे पैसा इन्वेस्ट किया होता, वो कोई भी इंडस्ट्री होती, so we're not talking about stock market, mutual funds or anything particularly which are very technical terms, right? अगर आपने गाड़ी ली होती कोई 10 लाख की, तो वो 20 लाख की है आज, या ज़्यादा की है एज अ मैटर ऑफ फैक्ट। अगर आपने कोई प्लॉट में कहीं पे इन्वेस्ट किया होता, एंड सिमिलरली यू सी दैट हैपनिंग टुडे एज वेल, कि प्रॉप टेक इज बिकमिंग अ बिग थिंग, कि आप प्लॉट नहीं ले सकते लेकिन आप प्लॉट का लेट्स से 1 इंच तो ले सकते हैं ना, तो 1 इंच में इन्वेस्ट करते हैं। वो 1 by 1 का square inch is good enough for you to start investing in the right. That's my journey. So my background and my goal today is कि wherever sector that I work, and so I worked in e-commerce, and we've delivered that, and fintech today, we've delivered that value to the customers, and that's what we do, and that's what we want the people to start working towards a better future for them tomorrow, whichever industry that they come from, whichever area that they want to invest in, whichever possible avenue that they think is the right thing to resonate with, do that. As prior panelists would have said कि अगर आप फन में इन्वेस्ट करना चाहते हैं, फन में इन्वेस्ट करें, but do it that adds value to your life, and that's what I do.
Very interesting. So again, giving value to people is very, very important. But since the audience that we have here is, a lot of students, a lot of people who are, ambitious right now, they have certain ideas in their minds. तो मेरा audience से एक सवाल है, अगर audience मुझे बता दे कि आप लोगों में से कितने ऐसे लोग हैं, by the raise of hands, जिन्होंने कभी सोचा कि हम किसी आइडिया को किसी बिजनेस में कन्वर्ट करेंगे, किसी के पास कोई ऐसा आइडिया हो जो अपने बिजनेस में कन्वर्ट करना चाहता हो? डू वी हैव अ रेज ऑफ हैंड्स प्लीज? वी हैव वन पर्सन। किसी को कभी कोई ख्याल नहीं आया चिप्स खाते हुए, ये ख्याल नहीं आया कि हम अपना ठेला लगाएंगे, दोस्तों में बैठ के चाय का स्टॉल लगाएंगे? बट देन अगेन, दीज आर द बिजनेस आइडियाज वी थिंक अबाउट बट वी डोंट एग्जीक्यूट दैम. But at the same time, my question would be you too, Farooq, because you are, sort of with the Gen Z approach, just do it, just add value to people's life and go for it. So my question to you would be, do you think it's a good idea to, build on your idea? So these ideas that you have, to convert them into a business or a startup, do you think they can generate an income stream for people?
इनकम स्ट्रीम आप किसी भी तरीके से इन्वेस्ट कर सकते हैं, लाइक यू ऑलरेडी सेड एज वेल। आप कल जाते हैं, आप कहते हैं यार मेरे पास लाखों रुपए नहीं है किसी चीज़ को खरीदने के लिए, मेरे पास ये आज 10,000 मैंने जमा किए हैं, 20,000 जमा किए हैं, हाउ डू आई मेक दैट 20,000 into let's say 50,000 or 100,000? So that's a journey. So whatever we do, right, we always set goals for ourselves. So मेरा 10,000 से गोल है 20,000, 20,000 से 40,000, 40,000 से let's say 80 and 100,000. That's a road that you carry on. It doesn't matter whether or not मुझे कोई डिजिटल प्लेटफॉर्म में इन्वेस्ट करना है, मैं जाके बिल्कुल एक चिप्स का स्टॉल लगा सकता हूँ। चिप्स का स्टॉल लगाने के लिए आई थिंक वी वर रैंडमली few of us friends were sitting at a coffee sitting in F11. So we did this and 15-20 हज़ार से एक चिप्स का स्टॉल चल पड़ता है, जिसका रिटर्न महीने के एंड पे अगर हम निकालें तो कोई 80-90,000 तो आ ही जाता है इन नेट प्रॉफिट, राइट? 15-20 हज़ार की इन्वेस्टमेंट से आप बाय मंथ you're getting 80-90,000. But what is more important is having that discipline to make that 90,000, right? So again, हर चीज की, हर इन्वेस्टमेंट की एक एपेटाइट हम कहते हैं। हम आज बहुत बड़े बड़े लफ्ज यूज करते हैं, वी गो लाइक लो रिस्क इन्वेस्टमेंट्स हैं, मीडियम रिस्क इन्वेस्टमेंट्स हैं, हाई रिस्क इन्वेस्टमेंट्स हैं। Forget that. See what you're able to, make the next 1,000 out of. How are you able to get that return is what matters. साल का रिटर्न नहीं देखें कि मैं आज अगर कोई काम करने लगता हूँ, मैं क्विकली किस तरह टर्न कर सकता हूँ। पैसे नहीं है, गेट एन ऐप, गेट दैट 10,000 रुपीज का लोन। वो अगर आपसे 500 का प्रीमियम भी चार्ज करें, इफ आई एम मेकिंग 1,500 ऑफ दैट 10,000, I am making 1,000 of the initial investment that I never had to begin with. So you build that propensity to generate money at the end of the day, and that's where the concept of looking 10 years ahead works out. And every time you start to make money, you start to put it into different pots that you've created. कि मैं सेविंग्स में डालूंगा, ये मेरा इमरजेंसी फंड होगा, ये कल को घर पे कुछ हो गया तो मेरे पास इतने होने चाहिए, कि यार मुझे किसी से मांगने नहीं पड़े पैसे जाके. So that's, if you start to build that habit day in day out, only then you're able to get to that point of financial independence that we call. Financial independence ये नहीं है कि मेरे पास जो है ना महीने के एंड के ऊपर एक सैलरी आती है और सैलरी के अगेंस्ट मुझे जो है ना मैं I'm able to manage my expenses. No, financial independence is कि if something outside the ordinary business as usual comes out, am I able to handle that emergency? Am I able to make a plan and go outside and have a little time for myself and my family? And that's what matters. So look at it from that side. And always, I keep on telling this to everyone. It's like, invest in something that you know how to make money out of. Don't invest in something. अगर मैंने स्टॉक मार्केट से पैसा बना लिया या मैंने किसी प्लॉट के खरीदो फरोख्त से पैसा बना लिया, does not mean कि every person can do that. But start to learn if you don't have it. You don't invest the first million into stock market without knowing how the stock market works. Invest the first 10,000, invest the first 50,000, learn that model and then build up on that.
I think that's a pretty interesting approach. So अब आप सब भी अपने कुछ certain amount को invest कर सकते हैं अपने LinkedIn पे CEO of alukatela.com लिख सकते हैं. But that's the point, right? You can start investing in a small scale business and then you can think around building that, how you can scale it up. So my next question would be to you, Umair, because हमने फारूक से सुना कि किस तरह से हम एक आइडिया को एक बिजनेस पे कन्वर्ट करें, बट फिर हम स्केल की जब बात करते हैं तो बिजनेस को अब हम डिजिटल प्रोडक्ट की तरफ, बिकॉज एवरीथिंग इज गेटिंग इनटू दिस डिजिटलाइज्ड सिस्टम. सो हाउ डू वी कन्वर्ट अ सिंपल प्रोडक्ट इनटू अ डिजिटल प्रोडक्ट? इज इट इवन वर्थ इट? एंड देन अगेन should we consider it? उसको investment मिलती है नहीं मिलती है? What are your thoughts on that?
No, absolutely. Great question. And I think I'll pick up a few points from my friend here. I think he very rightly pointed it out. I think it's less about choosing where to invest and it's more about what your niche is. And when I say niche, what your skill set is and how can you actually benefit from that particular investment. I think pertaining to the question that you asked, I think it's fairly important to first understand that what your idea is, right? It's not just about building the app or just building a website. I think आजकल ये बहुत ही build हो गई है कि app बनानी है, website बनानी है. Do you actually need an app for that, right? So it's pertaining to that. I think it's also important to understand कि app बनाने के फायदे क्या हैं, right? या technology या digital product आपको help करता है scale करने में. But is your customer actually trained enough to come onto that app, right? So I think it's important to first understand and research enough about your customer, about your idea, about what you're about to build, and then start building. So I think that's where we sort of currently lag. We need to first do enough market research about our customer, about our particular app that.
Your thoughts? I think it is very important. Yes, आपका आइडिया क्या है, अपने आइडिया पे बिल्ड करें, और फिर उसके बाद क्या उसको ज़रूरत है एक डिजिटल प्रोडक्ट की कन्वर्ट करने की, ऐप बनाए ना बनाए, वेबसाइट बनाए ना बनाए. दीज आर द क्वेश्चंस दैट वी आस्क. बट यू थिंक इंस्टाग्राम तो बना ही लेना चाहिए, है ना? इंस्टाग्राम बना लेना चाहिए अगर आप बिजनेस स्टार्ट करें, बिकॉज सोशल मीडिया आउटरीच इज़ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. जस्ट दैट काउंट एज डिजिटल प्रेजेंस तो काउंट होता है, हम उसे डिजिटल प्रोडक्ट तो नहीं कहते, है ना? ठीक है. My next question would be to you, like, I hope I'm pronouncing your name right. So, अब जब इस तरह की फैंसी टर्म्स की बात होती है, डिजिटल प्रोडक्ट, डिजिटल प्रेजेंस, numbers, stocks, market, मतलब these are the numbers that overwhelm you. These are intimidating numbers. And since you have background in data specifically, what are your thoughts? मतलब अगर मैं invest करने के बारे में सोचूं, मुझे एक तो ये नहीं पता कि stocks के इतने, आप ग्राफ्स देखते हो ना, आपका वैसे ही बीपी ऊपर नीचे होने लग जाता है, बिकॉज दैट्स हाउ इट इज. सो इन्वेस्टमेंट पर्सपेक्टिव से हाउ डू यू थिंक कि डेटा बैक्ड इन्वेस्टमेंट डिसीजंस कैसे लिए जाएं और उनको आसान कैसे बनाया जाए? बिकॉज मैं बीइंग लाइक आई विल स्पीक फॉर द ऑडियंस एज वेल, जो सारे स्टूडेंट्स हैं उन्हें नहीं पता होगा कि अच्छा स्टॉक कौन सा है, किस स्टॉक में मैंने 300 रुपये भी खर्च करने होंगे ना. अपने पैसे खर्च करते हुए बंदा सोचता तो है, चाहे 300 है चाहे 1000 रुपये, और फिर स्टॉक्स हैं तो फिर first idea that comes to your mind is डूब जाएंगे. How do we take that data-backed decision while investing for stocks, and how to make it easy?
आई थिंक सबसे पहले तो ख़ास तौर पे जो प्रोफेशनल्स हैं, वन थिंग जो कि मैंने अपनी भी प्रोफेशनल की जो जर्नी थी बाद में सीखी कि वी नेवर अंडरस्टैंड कि जो इन्वायरमेंट जहाँ पे हम काम कर रहे हैं वो भी कोई बिज़नेस कर रहे हैं, अगर वो कोई बिज़नेस कर रहे हैं तो our efforts in the company is basically to increase the revenue of the business. प्रॉब्लम पाकिस्तान में ये है कि जो सीमेंट की कंपनी में काम करोगा, जब उसके पास पैसे आएंगे तो वो बिरयानी का ठेला खोलेगा। आईटी की कंपनी में काम करेगा, जब उसके पास पैसे आएंगे तो वो कोई और काम कर रहा होगा। सो वी नेवर एवर थॉट ऑफ कि यार ये जो कंपनी, और हमें कभी कंपनी से बोनस मिलता है तो हम कभी ये नहीं सोचते कि कंपनी ने क्या अचीव किया जिस वजह से हमें बोनस मिला है। एंड वी नेवर इवन यूज टू कंसिडर कि कंपनी की भी फाइनेंशियल स्टेटमेंट कोई होती है जो देखनी चाहिए, ख़ास तौर पे वो कंपनी जो कि पब्लिक लिस्टेड कंपनीज हैं। आई रिसेंटली गेट टू नो अबाउट द आईटी इंडस्ट्री एंड देन आई रियलाइज कि कितना ज़्यादा टाइम मैंने वेस्ट किया बाय जस्ट फॉलोइंग कि नहीं एक मेरा फिजिकल रेस्टोरेंट होना चाहिए जहाँ से मुझे रिटर्न मिलना चाहिए। वेयर एज इट वॉज सो सिंपल कि यार आईटी का बिजनेस जहाँ पे मैं काम कर रहा हूँ, सिंपल सा काम है, आपकी पर आवर पे बिलेबिलिटी है, डॉलर मिल रहे हैं, मुझे रुपए में सैलरी मिलती है, कंपनी का प्रॉफिट रुपए में होता है क्योंकि डिफरेंस बहुत ज़्यादा है। और फिर आपको समझना चाहिए आपके मुल्क के मैक्रो इकनॉमिक्स को भी। मैक्रो इकनॉमिक्स, अगर मेरा बिजनेस ऐसा है कि जहाँ से मुझे एलसी खोल के कुछ चीज़ ला कर प्रोडक्ट बना कर देनी पड़ती है और डॉलर ऊपर जा रहा है और मेरी एलसी भी कहीं ब्लॉक हो रही है, सो दैट मीन्स कि मेरा बिजनेस इम्पैक्ट पड़ रहा है। जहाँ पे फिर मैं आईटी की बात करूँगा कि आईटी पे कोई फिजिकल गुड तो हम ला नहीं रहे, स्किल्स बंदे की सेल कर रहे हैं, अगेन डॉलर आ रहे हैं विच इज़ गुड फॉर द कंपनी। जहाँ पे कंपनी पहले 150 रुपये के ऊपर अगर $10 पर आवर लेती थी और मुझे सैलरी वो फिर भी 50,000 देती थी, अब कंपनी 300 रुपया कमा रही है डॉलर के ऊपर और वही $10 है और अभी भी मुझे 50,000 मिल रहे हैं, तो वो जो डबल का डिफरेंस है वो कंपनी का प्रॉफिट है। सो ये चीज़ें अगर मुझे समझ में आ गई हैं तो फिर मैं जाऊँगा डाटा के ऊपर कि कंपनी हिस्टोरिकली कर क्या रही थी। फिर मैं कंपनी की स्टेटमेंट में जाके देखता हूँ कि ये तो 4 साल पहले 1 बिलियन का प्रॉफिट कर रही है। जब से
ये हम उस कंपनी की बात करें जिसमें हम इन्वेस्ट करना चाहते हैं,
ये चीज़ें अगर मुझे समझ में आ गई हैं तो फिर मैं जाऊँगा डाटा के ऊपर कि कंपनी हिस्टोरिकली कर क्या रही थी। फिर मैं कंपनी की स्टेटमेंट में जाके देखता हूँ कि ये तो 4 साल पहले 1 बिलियन का प्रॉफिट कर रही है। जब से
ये हम उस कंपनी की बात करें जिसमें हम इन्वेस्ट करना चाहते हैं। सो दिस इज मी अंडरस्टैंडिंग कि वो कंपनी क्या कर रही है, या इज इट द कंपनी दैट आई एम वर्किंग इन एंड द मनी दैट आई एम वर्किंग।
सो इट्स नॉट नेसेसरी कि जो कंपनी जहाँ पे आप काम करें, जैसे पब्लिक लिस्टेड कंपनीज, जिस इंडस्ट्री के अंदर आप हैं उस इंडस्ट्री से रिलेटेड कोई भी कंपनी जो लिस्टेड है, यू कैन इवन इन्वेस्ट इन दैट कंपनी। सो इफ आई एम इन्वेस्ट, मेरा पर्सनल एक्सपीरियंस डेटा के साथ है, वर्क देयर फॉर मोर देन 10 years, बट आई नो कि सिस्टम इज ए कंपनी विच इज रनिंग ऑन द सेम मॉडल जिस पे टेरेटा काम करती थी। एंड आई हैव सीन सिस्टम ग्रोन फ्रॉम लाइक 200 in back in 2014-15 to 800 pre-COVID, and now more than 8,000 and 10,000 in the current environment। और आप आज भी सुने वो ऑस्ट्रेलिया भी खोल रहे हैं, वो सिडनी में भी चले गए हैं, वो मिडिल ईस्ट में भी चले गए हैं। सो यू कैन सी देम ग्रोइंग एज वेल। एंड व्हेन आई सी कि वो अगर 3 बिलियन का रेवेन्यू करते थे 2018 में, जब उनका 1 बिलियन का प्रॉफिट होता था, आज वो 8 बिलियन का नेट प्रॉफिट कर रहे हैं और उनका रेवेन्यू 3 बिलियन से 16-17 बिलियन पे चला गया। सो आई कैन सी द ग्रोथ। एंड इवन पीपल इन माई फ्रेंड जो मेरे कनेक्शंस के अंदर जो लिंक्डइन के अंदर भी, आई सी लॉट ऑफ पीपल गोइंग इनटू द सिस्टम एंड देन यू गेट टू सी द इनसाइट एज वेल। But now that my friends who are working in the system, they are not invested in system, but I am sitting outside and getting the benefit of their work, what they are doing in the system. So सबसे पहले तो ज़रूरी है समझना कि इंडस्ट्री में क्या है। अगर आप सीमेंट की कंपनी में काम कर रहे हो और सीमेंट की थोड़ी सी भी आपको बिजनेस नॉलेज है, then you can easily understand कि मैं अगर सीमेंट की कंपनी में तो कौन सी सीमेंट की कंपनी का बेहतर इन्वायरमेंट है जहाँ पे सब लोग जाना चाहते हैं। And then go into that financials of that particular company and see how that particular company is doing. I did एक बैंक के अंदर मैंने एक छोटी सी टॉक दी थी एंड आई ट्राई टू बेसिकली जस्टिफाई कि जिस बैंक में आप काम कर रहे हैं, इस बैंक ने पिछले 7 साल में इतना प्रॉफिट दे दिया है कि जितना आपकी इन्वेस्टमेंट थी, 2x तो आपको डिविडेंड मिल गया। और ये अभी मैं 1 साल पहले की बात बता रहा हूँ और उस वक्त से अभी तक 80% और उन्होंने प्रॉफिट दे दिया है। So even lot of the people, they were investing in Berrytown and DHA, none of them were investing in the same bank again. Where the bank, जब ये interest rate ज़्यादा है, they are the beneficiaries of this whole thing. Again, the macroeconomics is very important. Banks are beneficiary when interest rate is high. When interest is low, any company which is low leverage is the beneficiary. और देन अगेन मैक्रो इकोनॉमिक्स अगर डॉलर ऊपर है तो कौन सी कंपनी बेनिफिट करेंगे, तो स्ट्रेट अवे आईटी इज द मेन सेक्टर विच विल कम इनटू द प्ले। सो वो इम्पॉर्टेंट ये नहीं है कि डाटा को किस तरह आपने देखा, इंपॉर्टेंट ये है आपको ये समझना कि डाटा इंपॉर्टेंट क्यों है देखने के लिए। जब तक आपका माइंडसेट ही ये नहीं है कि यू नीड टू अंडरस्टैंड कि व्हाट इज द प्रो फॉर द कंपनी और कॉन्स फॉर द कंपनी, डेटा इज इरेलेवेंट। और जब तक आप ये भी सही लॉजिक लेकर आएंगे, यू विल नेवर बी एबल टू मेक द मनी जस्ट बिकॉज कि किसी बंदे ने लाख से 1.5 लाख कर दिया। एंड द अदर थिंग विच आई अगेन फाउंड इट वेरी फनी हियर कि 20% का प्रॉफिट होता है और एकदम निकल पड़ते हैं कि यार ये 20% का प्रॉफिट हो गया, शुक्र है प्रॉफिट हुआ, लोगों का तो लॉस ही होता है। एंड ऑल ऑफ ए सडन यू रियलाइज कि ये 95 का जो निज़ाम बैंक था वो 110 पे में निकल गया, आज 190 पे चल रहा है, अभी 8 रुपये का डिविडेंड भी देना है। एंड अगेन देन पीपल ट्राई टू जम्प, शायद हमसे 110 पे गलती होगी 200 पे ले लेते हैं, तो फिर 200 पे फिर 170 पे आता है, यार मेरे से गलती हो गई थी। तो सो ये आइडिया ही होता है। एंड आई डोंट थिंक we should be focused on getting scale to make more money rather than getting the money and investing and trying to make more money from the investment। ये थोड़ी सी ना हमें ट्वीक करने की ज़रूरत है। पैसिवली स्टॉक मार्केट कैन गिव यू मैसिव रिटर्न्स, इवन आपकी इन्वेस्टमेंट 3 4 साल में डिविडेंड की सूरत में वापस आ जाती है। यू डोंट नीड टू वरी अबाउट कि इन्वेस्ट इतना करना चाहिए जिसको आपको देखने की ज़रूरत न पड़े, rather than इन्वेस्ट इतना करें कि लोग अपनी किचन मनी को भी वहाँ से करें। तो थोड़ी सी ट्वीक्स करें तो आई थिंक इट कुड बी वेरी बेनिफिशियल फॉर एवरीवन।
Okay, so just to summarize and give my understanding to it and for the audience as well, सबसे पहले ये चीज़ कि जिस इंडस्ट्री के बारे में आपको थोड़ी बहुत नॉलेज है उसमें इन्वेस्ट करें। दूसरा, डेटा को देख के परेशान ना हो, instead use the understanding of data to invest in the right company। And thirdly, you don't need to invest very huge amount, you can start out with something very small and then moving forward जितना आप करें।
और अगर आप डाटा को ही देख रहे हैं तो PSO ने $1 ट्रिलियन रुपीज़ का रेवेन्यू किया, whereas I think system is doing 16 to 20 billion of revenue, but PSO net profitability is very negative, but system net profitability is very positive। So ये दो एप्पल टू एप्पल आप कंपेयर कर नहीं सकते, just looking at the data।
Got it. So जिस तरह से अभी लाइक ने बात की है, my question would be to you isn't that मुल्क के हालात जैसे ऊपर नीचे होते हैं, फ्लक्चुएट होते हैं, the current state affairs affect the mindset of people a lot। It's like thinking about whether to invest or not। पाकिस्तान के डिफॉल्ट पे जा रहा है, पैसे डूब जाएंगे। So what are your thoughts on that? How the changing current state affairs fluctuate the investment people mindset? किस तरह से लोग react करते हैं investments को लेकर?
Thank you, it's a very important question। देखिए जो बातें इन सब ने की और बड़ी अच्छी बातें की। वन थिंग यू नीड टू अंडरस्टैंड कि यू डोंट रियली टाइम द मार्केट कि अब 3 महीने में ये हो जाएगा, 4 महीने में हो जाएगा। यू टू स्पेंड टाइम इन द मार्केट। स्टॉक्स दे परफॉर्म according to the dynamics of the country, microeconomic and macroeconomic factors। Then you have speculation। हमारी मार्केट्स जो है वो कैपिटल मार्केट डेवलप भी नहीं है। So we have PSX which is stock exchange, we have no venture capital and we have no PE funds। Or then you have the government instruments which are money market, which are fixed income instruments that with the interest rate। So you have to understand that your options are very limited, but you need to research each and every option you're investing in। Going back to what you said about the countries के जो हालात हैं, you have to understand कि my opinion and my experience, and I'm sure some of you will agree and some of you will disagree, is that every disaster creates opportunity। Now you have to look for an upside opportunity। You need to understand that we are in a geographical location in the world where we as a country cannot afford to default, because we have so much vested interests, like we have the Chinese interest, we have the interest of the Middle East। They cannot afford Pakistan to default or to be a failed state। अब आप जो लोग यहाँ पे यूनिवर्सिटी में जाते हैं, पढ़ रहे हैं, who are more informed about the world affairs than us who are working 9 to 5, you know, one of the countries which has benefited the most from the Ukraine war is Pakistan। You know what? Because Ukraine was one of the biggest exporters of the wheat and the other and bread wheat and other ingredient items to Europe। Now with that war, the transportation from Ukraine has either stopped or either has been reduced। So the other options to go into Europe is the circulation route। The circulation route only starts when you have access to Pakistan। So you have the Gwadar or the Karachi। So you have to understand that lots of European import business, has come into these countries through Pakistan, which is something which is not highlighted. Other than that, second thing, the Chinese investment in Pakistan is so big and so huge and so well invested that they cannot afford to afford to have Pakistan as a free state. अभी कतर में वर्ल्ड कप हुआ, I don't know कितने लोगों ने देखा, बहुत लोगों ने देखा होगा. If anybody can answer this question, that in the Qatar World Cup, who was the country who gave security, who took over all the security arrangements, and who made sure that the World Cup is secure and there is no unpleasant incidents? Does anybody know who gave that assurance? Pakistan.
Yes, Pakistan.
So when you have so much vested interest, there is no prospect of resolve. Please concentrate on understanding one thing, that in any point in time, if there is a war in the Middle East, if there is a war upon Saudi Arabia, Bahrain, or any country, we are the ones who have given them that guarantee that we will defend you. So these countries cannot afford to have Pakistan as a failed state. Then let's talk about the Americans, which is the buzzword. As and when the Afghan border will get activated again, which it will, because Afghan has a history of not being a stable government. We are the ones who have been giving that secure passage to the UN forces, to the US forces and other allied forces to penetrate into Afghanistan and get out. In the last 10 years, the only way Americans have held Afghan war and sustained it is because Pakistan has guaranteed safe passage of their troops. So do not listen to the negative propaganda. Also think about the dynamics of the country where you stand. When you talk about all these strategic alliances we have, you don't need to understand that these strategic alliances also contribute towards your GDP, towards your support, towards your FDI. So in the last 16 months, the entire government, we have had a lot of negative propaganda. I worked with the UN, I raised money for climate change, I raised money for the fintechs. In the last 6 months, I raised $31 million in Pakistan, in debt. We have an issue with equity because equity is not coming to Pakistan because there was no stable government. All the investors outside or regional or local would only invest in Pakistan when they have a 5-year vision in front of them, which was not happening. With the government coming in whatever shape, let's not put political about it. There's a conference of the multilaterals, the donors in Pakistan, there's a 5-year government, and the equity will not start that. So you need to understand that things are not as bad as they're portrayed.
Interesting. Yeah, totally get it. That there's always blessing in disguise and things are not as bad as we think. I'm mindful of time. I'll quickly ask you guys the last round of questions. My first question would be to you. What are the 3 main key takeaways? Because you have had years of experience, so what are your key takeaways on investment which you would like to share with us?
Well, it's very simple. You need to understand that nobody becomes a millionaire overnight. If somebody's offering you a return of 18 to 15% or 3 to 6 months, that's a Ponzi scheme. That never happens. The Ambanis, the Bill Gates, the Adhanis have this. They have all started small. You need to understand that there is nothing like getting a millionaire overnight. You just spend time. Make sure that you invest properly. And second thing is, always keep in mind what is your goal. Why are you investing the money? You want to buy a house, you want to buy a car, you want to travel abroad, you want to fund your business. Make sure that your goal is well defined and the investments you're making, the milestones of the investment, the returns are that clear. And third and last thing is, please make sure that you research every investment you make. Whether it's stock exchange, whether it's property, whether it's any venture, make sure that your research is extremely top class. That's the 3 takeaways.
So main 3 takeaways that you just mentioned. Nobody becomes a billionaire overnight, and do your research, and third one is define your goal and then invest.
So one good thing is that, see, when somebody is asking you or telling you that you will give 50% or 80% return in 3 to 6 months, ask him why or ask her why. When your stock market is performing 22%, 24% annually, your interest rate on deposits on investment is 20 to 21%. Your other money market, T-bills, cash funds are performing under 20%. How can he or she give you a 50% return? Simple, ask basic questions.
Yes. My last question to you, Farooq, would be that if somebody who doesn't know how to invest, how can they build their investment portfolio and what resources they should, start reading about and start watching? So, your thoughts on that?
Yeah. So when you start investing, let's say for example, we've talked about stock market a lot. Like we've talked about mutual funds over the period of time as well. When you take these two particularly use cases right now, okay, how to invest in mutual funds? What are the return rates? It's fairly simple. You go online. Mufab has every company listed out, and if you open up, let's say Zindagi or other mutual fund providers, you'll get to know how much annual return rate they're giving in, and then understand the compounding impact that they have. So if I start investing 100 rupees daily, that does not mean कि मुझे 100 rupees per साल 20% 120 हो जाएगा नहीं, वो they'll keep on adding. So I'll add on units and they'll start to reinvest as well. So every day I will start to make, the first day I will make the income on 100, the second day I will make it on 200, the third day will be 300 and so forth. It will go up till like 365 multiplied by 100, and that's 36,500. That's your principal, but every time you add it daily, it'll keep on increasing and returning you the rate. So understand that power of compounding as well. Secondly, when you talk about stock markets, there's so many free tutorials available today, understanding what your fundamentals are, as Laik Saab and Ehsan Saab has already mentioned. Understand why companies are making profit. Those are your fundamentals. And then leverage your academic background of mathematics to understand what's statistically available to you in terms of where the trend lines are, and those are your technical analysis. So you explore what your moving averages are and your trend lines of past, let's say 1 month or 6 months, and then goes up to like 5 years. So it's simple mathematics would tell you, as Honda's example is given by Talal in his keynote. I would tell you, if you invested where the market was pre-COVID was at around 35,000 points to 40,000 points, hovering between somewhere there. Today the market is at 64,000 points. Yesterday, in a day alone, Angro stock went up by 24 rupees. Why did it go up by 24 rupees? Because they had their dividends activity rolled out, their financial books closed out, and they recorded a very hefty amount of profit as well on it. So you see those fundamentals coupled with the trend line that they followed, and so your investment will start growing crazy, right? And then look at where the country's larger macroeconomics indicators are telling you what is and so this will go on and on, but you start learning step by step at a time, and you start investing step by step at a time. You don't go, it's like swimming. So you take it into the shallow pools and then you go into the deep ones. So this is how investment is done. This is how smarter investments are done. And as soon as you get that money, you will be able to invest a lot more and gain a lot more as well.
Got it. So the resource you mentioned was Mufab.com?
Mufab allows you to understand their policy rates for mutual funds, and then you have Investors Lounge and YouTube for understanding TSX. You have Sarmaya Financials for understanding TSX market. They have a lot of information available to them as well. You have platforms like Zindagi who allow you to, start investing right there and then. You don't have to go to some big brokerage firm, and you don't have to have big millions of rupees to invest. You can start it with 100 rupees and 200 rupees. That's what we do.
Got it. My last question to you, Umair, would be, since we talked about, and specifically for the audience, because they are university students, they will be, if they are working on their products, and how can they build the right team, and what resources do you think that they should, have a look at when thinking about investments?
Yeah, great question. So I think when building a startup, I think fundamentally team comes at the core of it. I think marketing, operations, business, everything follows next. But I think generally, if you build a really solid team, if you look at other startups, the likes of Careem, Ubers, the Google, I think Netflix, all of these have one thing in common, and that's a great team, I think. And when building really early, I think the early team, जो आपकी founding team होती है, that really critical for your growth, for your scale, for your fundamentals of building a company at core. तो आई थिंक जब भी टीम बिल्ड कर रहे हो, आई थिंक 2 या 3 चीज़ें नेचुरली चेक करनी चाहिए. Scale, I think generally this is what I certainly believe. Scale can be taught, but I think attitude and culture are 2 areas where you definitely need to invest. Values, absolutely, rightly said. So I think ये 2-3 areas हैं जिनके ऊपर definitely invest करना चाहिए from day one. Skill can follow suit. Skills are certain things जो कि आप with time team को train भी कर सकते हैं. So at day one, I think attitude, skill set, these are areas that are definitely important. So I think a couple of things that at day one आपको invest करना चाहिए, and जो skill set है that you can definitely teach or train your team later on.
Got it. Thank you. So my last question to you would be, so now that we are wrapping up and we are discussing the insider's guide to invest intelligently, what would be your 2 minutes key takeaway for the audience? Okay, these are the points, tuck, invest intelligently.
I think the first thing जो आज का टॉपिक भी जो मेन था, माइंड ओवर मनी. सो वी नीड टू अंडरस्टैंड कि इन्वेस्टमेंट के लिए यू डोंट नीड मनी, जो कि मिथ है कि वी थिंक कि पहले पैसे होंगे तो इन्वेस्ट करेंगे. इट्स द माइंड सेट यू नीड टू चेंज एंड द मनी विल फ्लो. जब आपको समझ होगी, आई थिंक जिस दिन आपको समझ आती कि पैसे से पैसा कैसे बनता है, यू विल बिकम रिच. और दूसरी चीज़ जो बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है, द इन्वेस्टमेंट विच यू मेक शुड नॉट बी something which you need to focus on each day. It should be passive, and the passive primary skill should be कि आपको अपनी जो skills है उस पर invest करना है to earn more. And the third thing is we have basically made all the liquid asset, the mutual fund, stock market, even commodities and everything available on our website as well. You can go and see the analytics and see the history of the companies and do the investment based decision there as well. So ये जो चीज़ें हैं, आई थिंक वन ऑफ द थिंग पीपल ट्राई टू focus on the investment they make and try to make more money, and they eventually book the losses because the psychology of investment is very difficult. उस पर अगर बंदा काम कर ले, I think it will be very beneficial for everyone.
Thank you so much. This has been a very interesting panel for me personally.